Hey everybody, welcome back to FSP Forex Stock Predictions. Hope you are all having a great day. I am the Vortex Trader and today we are on AUD USD on the 4 hour. Looks like we have a double bottom. Let's dive right in. So what we are noticing, right? Let me explain what all these funny looking things on this chart are for those who are a little bit confused, right? I'm going to remove this and explain what that is now. Now, this, we can technically call this a double bottom, and I will explain why, even though the second bottom, right, went deeper than the first one, it is not 100% a double bottom, because generally we would like to see a bit of an even, right, a bit of an even support line where these two bottoms hit. However, this is a wick, and what adds confluence to the setup is the full divergence that we have across the MACD. When I say full, I mean notice that even though price did wick lower, look at the histogram, right? Across those 2 points in time, we went from quite a steep curve underneath to not so steep. So we are sloping upwards, which showed us that the sellers were weakening out and the bulls were more than likely going to come and take control. And we see this here with the MA lines of the MACD as well. Guys, these blue and orange lines are simply just MA lines. That's all it is. I think it's a 12 and a 26, or if I'm not mistaken, what's this, 9? It's normal it's just two moving averages. That it's the standard moving average that the MACD uses, right? And you can see they are sloping upwards as well. So we do have full divergence across these two bottoms. Right, this is why I'm interested in this setup. You can see this yellow zone right here is our neckline. Let's type that in. For those, it would be easier to see it written out, right? Neckline. There we go. Let's put that right there. Okay. So, and what I've been waiting for, now that we've seen this break and close above this neckline, is a retrace back into it, right? We need to retest this zone here, because this zone, let's shrink this down a bit so we can just see, this zone was support, right, flipped to resistance, right? So this is an area of interest, right? Now we can say that yes, we technically closed above the neck zone right there on this candle there, right? At 11 o'clock, 17th of July, right? Late last night when the markets opened in African time, right? And then we could see the retrace happen there. However, I'm not convinced, right? And besides for that, I was asleep. And besides for that, I do not trade like late Sunday nights, early Monday morning market open. I need to wait for things to, settle down before I look at any possible positions, right? And I do not think there is enough liquidity at the very late hours when these bells do begin, right? I mean, the bells aren't even open. We have the Asian session working late at night this side of the world. So what I would like to see is give the markets time to get into the zone, get into the flow. This is why I'm still waiting for another possible retrace back into this yellow neckline zone right here. Once we see that, and if we see that, then I will be looking for a long position to carry this pair back up finally, which would be nice to start looking for some long positions, right? And how I found my targets, let me explain that. I take what we call a trend-based fib extension, right? It consists of 3 clicks. The first click, I take the very lowest point of this double bottom. There we go. Second click, I take the very highest point of the neckline where price was struggling to break through with the resistance. And the third click, I take it to the point where it retraced the deepest inside the neckline. And so far it is here. When we see price, if we see price retrace, I can bring this according to wherever I see it retrace. But just for an example, I'm using this candle right here for this example. This is how I got my 2 targets. And look how this interestingly lines up with previous areas of support and resistance, right? The one, right, on on this fib lines up with previous support flipped resistance quite nicely, and target number 2, which is the 1.618, also lines up very nicely with previous, let's drag this arrow across, with previous support and resistance, right? You see that? So this is why this is added confluence. This is why I would be using this as a reference for 2 targets. And my first target would be this area, right? Around the 6914 region of price, and the second target around the 0.699 or 6989, somewhere around there, right? But before I even start looking for things like that, I want to see price retrace, right? Because remember, when we do see these retraces back into these necklines, things can get very, very choppy. We can see some sideways action. We can see a lot of stop hunts and liquidity hunts, and these market makers know that we trade these patterns just like they do, so they will use it to their advantage and they will stop us out. You see, so that's why if it does retrace, just be very careful where you place your stop. I like to be, very, very conservative. I would rather give myself, I don't mind going into a little bit of drawdown to take the position, right? So I would probably look for a 1, 2, 3 or a 1, 2, 2, somewhere around there, depending on how this retrace occurs and how deep the retrace goes. If we do not see a retrace, well then we don't see a retrace, moving on and up to the next position. All right, guys, but that will be what I am looking at today. Remember, this is the 4-hour time frame. It can take a few days to play out. It can take some time for us to see a retrace. We do have the divergence, right? We do have this double bottom-ish looking structure, so it could be a reversal in this trend, right? Remember, I don't like using trend lines, but if we had to just do something like this, we can see that we have finally broken through this trend line. And remember, all trend lines are subjective, right? I mean, what if I do something like this? Or what if it's actually there? Then it could be reversing right now because we did technically make a lower low there. We could be carrying on going lower. This is why I do not use trend lines solely by themselves. All right. So on that note, guys, please remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you find this information and this educational content valuable, please hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we upload more videos. I've posted the link below to our social medias as well as our website. Feel free to check it out. We have some awesome traders on there posting these exact thoughts, their strategies, and their setups on various markets, right? From anything and everything you can think of, from crypto to equities to commodities, stocks, and obviously Forex. So please feel free to check that out. And on that note, let me bid you all a fantastic Monday. It is the beginning of a new week. Guys, trade safe out there and let's smash it this week. Until then, I'll be seeing you in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you later.